Alright, hey guys, this is part 2 of my Cedar Park police encounters due to filming them. What you see before you here is a document that I've received from the Cedar Park Police Department that I obtained through the open records request. This document is 6 pages. It consists of the officer, the time, and the date that an officer ran my license plate, ran my name, and my driver's license. I've also did a records request for 3 videos that I unfortunately don't have right now because it's seeking an Attorney General's opinion, so we'll see what Greg Abbott has to say about that. As we see here on the license plate, the message count is 60. So between the months of January and September, they've ran my license plate 60 times. Now the CAD is a computer aid dispatcher. So I believe an officer called in and requested some information through that way. And then our first one on February is Justin Gower. He ran my vehicle through the stolen vehicle by license and also in-state vehicle registration. And then again, he ran it 2 hours later, stolen vehicle by license and also in-state vehicle registration. So he ran it a total of 4 times in just a 2.5 hour window. Now we go down to March 20th and we see here Alex, looks like he's saying there's a silver 03 Camry bearing Texas 4587 occupied by black male with glasses following patrol cars around and recording our traffic stops. He has been on 2 of mine today, just a heads up. So Mr. Alex, you're basically giving a heads up to officers for legal activity. Congrats. And as we see here, we have another CAD call, computer aid dispatcher. The same date, March 20th, March 20th, March 20th. And then on the other video of the first part, we can see here the K9 officer here ran my plates as well, and then he contacted me. And then Kristen Miller, one of the other detectives that pulled me over on the month of May and searched my vehicle with by an unmarked car. So this is all due to filming them, and this is just page 1. Okay, here this is page 2. April, Mr. Miller runs my tags to see if he can find out, I don't know, some information about me. And then we see here from the months of April, May, we see calls to dispatcher. And then here we are, that the date that's circled here, May 22nd, looks like my vehicle's been ran 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and those are all by the dispatcher. And right here where you see Michael Brimble, where it says 523, I was being followed by Officer Boyd after filing a complaint, so I guess he was running my tags while following me. So there's 1, 2, 3 calls right there. Interesting. And then here we are, we still got another call to dispatcher, and it looks like we have a David Rodriguez is inquiring some information. Call to dispatcher, William Wilson. And then Doug Lynn, also another video on my channel, he pulled me over. He's saying that my vehicle matched the description, but when I was driving it, he was like, oh, you're not what we were looking for. But apparently he has ran my vehicle through the stolen vehicle section and also in-state vehicle registration. And we keep going down and we see more calls to dispatcher. And then here we are, Justin Gower again. He runs my vehicle plates again on September 6th, the day I was assaulted by Officer Bill Guillory. I was filming, keeping my distance, didn't say much, and then was confronted by Alvarez, and I was assaulted by that Officer Guillory. And it looks like he called, along with Justin Gower, my vehicle information. I guess he was checking to see if he could find something, and then here we are, the day that I filed a complaint and did an open record request. There's a computer aid dispatcher. Looked like they're requesting information 4 different times, and I'm not sure what this reason here for open records requests. I'm not sure if they actually run your information before they give it to you, or if they run their information before they even do their research on it. Now, this document here looks like from the months of May to September, so that's 4 months that they ran my ID 14 different times. Looks like the day that they pulled me over and illegally searched me, May 22nd, we got looks like we got 3 calls to the dispatcher there, getting information off my ID. Looks like they were checking all in-state to see if I had any warrants or anything like that, which I don't have. Then here we are, called the dispatcher William Wilson, which is very questionable because I was not pulled over on June 22nd or interacted with an officer on June 22nd, so it's very interesting how he has my ID information and he ran it through the system. So I am definitely going to inquire more information about that. And looks like we got 3 more calls to the dispatcher. Then we have Doug Lynn, who pulled me over for mistaking me for another driver. And then we have Randall Pitts here in person. So somehow he ran my ID without me giving it to him, and without him accusing me of a crime. So I'm also going to inquire information about that as well, because there's no reason why he should even be running my ID if I'm not being stopped for anything. And it looks like we got 3 more calls to the dispatcher, and then we have 1 there from Dalen Woods. I actually had got rear-ended by a driver in Cedar Park sitting at a red light, so my vehicle's actually in the shop right now as we speak, getting repairs done. And here we are here with the names. It looks like we got Mr. Miller again, trying to acquire some information about Mr. Turner on March 20th. And it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 times he's trying to inquire some information about Mr. Turner. And it's the male, he's a male, race is unknown, right here. Male, race unknown. Not sure exactly what he's looking for. So now they're still looking for more information about Mr. Turner. And then here we are again on March 20th, the same day. Male, race black. So now they have some information about me as far as race, and they're looking up more information about me. And here we have Alex and Robert. That is the time, but apparently they ran my name through the system, and I don't see them. They were not present there, so I'm not sure if one of the officers, use their officer's ID information to actually run their stuff through the system. So it's very interesting how they got my ID information and ran it without my consent. So that is a violation of the 4th Amendment, searches and seizures. I mean, if I'm not being committed of a crime, or if I'm not being accused of a crime, there's no reason why you should be running my ID. So I will be visiting the Cedar Park Police Department tomorrow, and I will definitely get some information out of these guys. Thank you for watching, and y'all stay safe.